Hello, NOSA community. Welcome back or welcome to fall. I hope everybody is doing well. I am jumping in this afternoon, this first couple of days of fall to chat with you guys. It's been a while, but I wanted to come in and chat with you guys a little bit today, and I'll be way more active in the coming weeks. But I wanted to kind of course, welcome our new members, and then also give you some updates on NOSACon and TravCon, where we were attendance at, and of course hosted NOSACon, and then talk a little bit about how things are going to start to look a little bit as we move forward into fourth quarter 2022. So let's jump in. Feel free to jump in, drop your questions, let us know where you're from. It's always nice to find out where people are from, and I'll get started here shortly. As well, if you get a chance, because I dropped it in the comments, feel free to join us at our YouTube channel, where we'll also be hosting a quick update and sharing some information about some of the videos we'll have coming out as we go into the future. So I'm going to go ahead and do it first. Welcome, new members. We're glad you're here. We're glad you had a chance and decided to join this amazing community. And one of the nice things about our community, in my opinion, you guys let me know, is that we actually operate within, our Facebook group. There's definitely quite a few NOSAs operating outside of the Facebook group, accountability partners, all types of different things. And then we get together. And that's definitely what we saw happen with NOSACon. So for those who didn't get a chance to join us, we'll be doing it again next year. And details will probably come out in November about the location and the dates and things we have planned. And we had the chance to do it this year, our first year in Atlanta, Georgia, where we had over 100 NOSAs. I was shocked and surprised, really from all over the United States. I think we had just a small handful of local NOSAs, but people came from Florida, Indiana, Illinois, Washington State, California, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, New York. And a bunch of other places, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. And I'm trying to get this off the top of my head. Some parts of the middle of the United States, like Texas and Oklahoma. So we had a great turnout. And one of the things that I found the most intriguing, beyond the breakout sessions and the welcome event and the networking event, was just the desire for NOSAs to connect with each other, kind of connect with like-minded people, get the opportunity to ask the questions and find out more information and get some insight. So we did a whole lot of that, which was kind of the purpose of doing an actual event, in addition to getting some education, information, and access to resources. So we're excited. We thought it was a great time that week in Atlanta at Georgia Tech Hotel and Conference Center, and we plan to do it again. We're finalizing some details for the second conference for next year. We're looking forward to, of course, doing bigger and better. We appreciate all those who had the chance to attend, giving us some feedback, because we will incorporate that in our planning for 2023, just to make it better, make it bigger, make it more feasible for not only, new and upcoming NOSAs, but existing NOSAs, so that everybody kind of has an opportunity to get the information they need on the track or in the place that they are at their respective agencies. So that's our plan. That's what we're going to do. So in addition to attending or planning NOSACon in Atlanta in August, me, the NOSA group, went to TravCon this past week in Las Vegas. And we did a meetup with a couple of NOSAs there. It was a handful of NOSAs, but I believe there was quite a few NOSAs out there. I had a chance to meet a couple of NOSAs who were exhibiting there at TravCon, as well as some of the NOSA partners that were there as well representing. So it was really nice to put names to faces. One of the biggest reliefs from COVID being mostly controlled is the ability to meet people in person. So I get the opportunity to talk to so many of you guys, whether it's here or if it's via Messenger or on a phone or Zoom session, to actually put a name to a face. So it gives it more a better connection, I'll say that much. So I'm excited about that. I was excited to be able to do that this past weekend. And then, of course, TravCon is a whole vibe. I don't know how many people were in attendance total. I know over the last few years, they have had thousands of nurses. I know a lot of nurses come as kind of like a reunion with other fellow travel nurses and traveling healthcare professionals. And I say that because I want people to get, it's just not about nurses. I think their biggest population of people that come are nurses, but they're traveling ultrasound and allied health, physical therapists, occupational therapists, they also come to that conference as well. CNAs also come to that conference. So there's a lot of different areas that come in healthcare. So it's really what it says it is, which is a healthcare traveling professional conference. So yeah, a lot of people meet up with fellow travel partners, whether they work together recently or within the last few years. So that's kind of what makes that location really nice, is that people can go and kind of meet again or re-meet or reconnect again, as well as you get a chance to meet some new faces. So I did that as well. We did have a small meetup. Like I said in the post probably earlier last week, shout out to those who came out. We had quite a few NOSAs. I think probably all the NOSAs that came out to that particular meetup was from the West Coast. Which was nice, and it was a good time. It was a good vibe. Everybody enjoyed themselves, ate, fun food, good conversations are always great opportunities to kind of connect and meet people. Some of the people knew each other from other opportunities, so that was always nice too, to put a name to a face. So what else do we have in store for you guys? So the traveling is not done. So we will be continuing our travels, and I know I posted it on the post I did for TravCon, and be doing a virtual session for the Indeed Futures Works 2022 conference in New York City. So we decided to just do it virtually. I'm excited that they offer a virtual option. I'm looking to be able to do that as well for NOSACON next year. So for those who are interested, I think it's a great opportunity, not only to get like insight and information, but to kind of see what people are talking about in the industry, right? So like healthcare staffing is kind of a subset of staffing. So to be able to see what else is happening in staffing is really important, more so in that the mass resignation, or the great resignation as LinkedIn referred to it as, is hitting our industry as well. So they'll have conversations about that. I think they'll have a lot of great speakers. They'll talk about, kind of some of the changes that are happening in our industry with regards to kind of the future of work. They'll talk about, the experiences where job seekers are touching on where there are areas that might be broken. They'll definitely have some demos and sessions on new technology and products around staffing, how to better connect and work with technology and recruiting staff. So this, like I said, is being hosted by Indeed. I posted it into the group a little bit earlier today. Kind of creating your own employee brand, which is really new, especially with the social media era. And then a couple of the other sessions are around best practices for new and upcoming businesses, how to hire equitably and effectively and efficiently, trying to create an amazing talent pool, why kind of looking globally, which I think you guys have touched on, who have kind of talked about, doing international nursing, the art of successful recruiting, and then of course flexible work in the world of work. So there's a lot of different sessions happening. I shared it here. I'll drop the link as well here for those who might be interested. We'll be attending virtually and hope to share our experiences with you guys, especially if you get a chance to go. We'll probably actually end up hosting a Zoom session after, and then that way you're able to we'll talk through some of the things. So it's happening October 12th through the 13th in New York City for all my New York NOSAs, New York, New Jersey NOSAs. That's where it'll be held. I think it's worth the investment, especially if some of the areas you're struggling in is around like recruiting, retention, kind of creating a good pool of candidates, and technology, which will be a big piece of what they talk about, and kind of using Indeed, because a lot of us have used or are using Indeed as a recruitment tool. So it's a great place to be, especially if you're local or nearby. So we'll be doing that virtually, and like I said, we'll put up later the Zoom session that we'll have to kind of discuss it a little bit afterwards. And then of course we'll be venturing back to Vegas at the end of October for Staffing World. So Staffing World happens usually around the time of TravCon. I see this year they have it a little bit later, but it's again another opportunity to get more of a global perspective or nationwide perspective on staffing, some of the trends, some of the things people are seeing happening in the industry. It's not as specific to only touch on healthcare staffing, so it's kind of up to you as the individual to see if it's a good fit. They have a lot of great speakers, so that's kind of part of our pull or desire to attend this year, is because sometimes those great speakers bring out a different crowd of people to connect with. So that's kind of some of our enticement with going. And then of course, we'll also probably attend the pre-conference session, which is a couple of days prior to the actual Staffing World Conference kickoff. So let me drop that for you guys as well. And then if you're interested and you want to go, feel free to share that you're attending. And then we'll share with you guys some of the things we plan to do, which of course would be our event with American Staffing. I'm sorry, with our event we have planned on that Tuesday at Topgolf. So the event, the Staffing World, is hosted by American Staffing Association. So we'll be co-hosting something with American Funding on that Tuesday. So we'd love for you to come out. We put up a post into the group under events, and then we'll repost and reach out to you guys as we get into October to tell you more details about kind of what we have planned. So that's it. And then to wrap up this travel adventure, this conference travel adventure, we'll be ending our travel sessions with SIA. So I know a lot of people attended SIA last year. Again, if you're coming, let us know. Like I said, I have posts and polls up in the group. Let us know. We do plan to host a meetup there as well. So we would love to meet local NOSAs or NOSAs that are attending the conference as well. So more details will come out about that. So that's kind of our calendar, our agenda for fourth quarter 2022 with regards to events and meetups that we have planned. And then on to one of the important things, which is welcome new members. We're glad you're here. We're glad you came to the NOSA group. And what we decided to do this coming week is actually give you a tour of the group. So we'll kind of do a walkthrough video of the group to kind of allow those who are newer to the group to be able to maneuver. As I mentioned to people all the time, our group is very active, so there's always content out there, and I guarantee you, I really guarantee you 100%. If you are in the getting started phase, which means if you're looking for contracts, if you're looking for setup, insurance, payroll companies, back offices, payroll funding companies, vendors related to products and services to set your business up, we've already got that question answered. So make sure that you check out features and guides at the top bar of the group and the search box for those questions. We've 100% answered those questions in many different formats. And then I also encourage you guys to follow those comments or those posts that have a lot of comments, because many times those posts that may be in some instances a year old might get reactivated by a new comment from somebody. So if the post or topic, because there's also an option to follow topics, is of interest with you and you want to follow and get updates on that, you can always follow it either by following the post with the three dots in the right hand corner, or you can follow hashtag whatever the topic is. An example would be hashtag payroll or hashtag payroll funding, hashtag back offices, or hashtag business insurance, or marketing or contracts. So those are all other ways that you can do that. But like I said, we're working on a walkthrough video for you guys to check out so that you're able to maneuver through our extremely active group and get the answers to the questions that you need. As well, I do encourage people to post, but as we mentioned back in July, we're going to kind of limit or stream down a lot of the posts around the getting started process, as we have another group, I'm going to drop it here, that touches on a lot of that, and it's our newbie NOSA group. So that's a better place to start when it comes to those types of questions, and it allows you to kind of engage with people at the level that you're at. So we're all at different levels, but the reason that we did create the NOSA newbie group was to kind of address some of those initial questions. And as always, you're welcome to join both groups. It's up to you. But if you're in that phase, that group will kind of give you more of that one-on-one attention and answers to that group, because that's kind of where those individuals are. So, and then finally, we did a post in the group probably a week or so ago about jobs. I'm a big believer in that you never know who can help you until you ask. So I posted one of my needs with regards to employees into that post, and then I encourage you guys to do the same. So if you're NOSA here in the group and you're looking to support fellow NOSAs, or you're looking for job opportunities, or if you have friends that are looking for job opportunities, that thread of, I think it's about 25 posts of job openings that people have needs for is under features. So check that out, connect with those people, get some information, or you can comment on the post there and get some information about job opportunities where you can support fellow business owners, small business owners, with filling some of those needs, or it could be in a city or state or location or a specialty that you're interested in being a part of. So feel free to add on to it, any NOSAs that might be interested in adding on to that. And then of course, I encourage all the NOSAs and nurses or other healthcare professionals to also check out the NOSA Job Network, where we have a ongoing thread of posts happening so that you can see like up-to-date active opportunities as of recent. And one of the things about, or one of the reasons I don't kind of encourage a lot of job posting in the NOSA group is, one, we have the NOSA Job Network page and group to do that, and it's two, to limit the amount of different conversations on different topics. So our group, the founding of our group was around giving people the opportunity to ask questions, get information, resources, access, and then the job network is just that. You know, there's a listing of how you set up your post to make sure you cover the information people are looking for, and you're able to post more or less freely as long as it's related to job openings, and then people can reach out and comment and connect with you. So that's kind of the reason why we separated the two, in the same way that we have the NOSA newbie group, which is specifically for a different population of people. So I hope that helps you. And then today, probably right after this video, we're going over to our YouTube channel, where we will share a little bit more information and to help people get kind of some of the differences, because it's hard to kind of maneuver all this different social media. One, we're listed on all social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're not on Snapchat yet. On Reddit, we're on Reddit. LinkedIn. You can check us out at THENOSAGRP on all of those platforms. Is that each platform targets a different audience, and then each platform does something different. One of the changes that Facebook has made probably this past summer is around how long your videos can stay up. So a video like this typically can only stay up for 30 days. So that's why we've moved some of our more content specific, how to get your contract in 90 days, how to understand payroll financing or funding, or, you know, understanding how to use a CRM, or what's a good CRM option, or what to use it for. You know, walking through QuickBooks or Paychecks or Connectings happens on YouTube is because those videos can stay up there a lot longer and they can be bundled a lot easier to look at into a package of, you know, how to get your contract in 30 days or how to set up your business or understanding payroll funding, the ABCs of payroll funding. So it can be bundled into a playlist. So it's a lot easier to look through and watch in a way that Facebook isn't, and it's not purposed to do that. So that's why you'll see videos here, and then I'll also drop a few other videos from some of the presenters as of late, but that's why the videos don't stay, because Facebook takes them down. So if you want to learn more information about some of the content that we put out there, I would check out our YouTube channel, because that content is actually actively there until, you know, until we redo it or, you know, redo it or take it down ourselves. So with that being said, I'm going to drop the YouTube link. Like I mentioned before, we're going to go hang out over at YouTube today. Feel free to check us out, follow our channel, like any videos. The content is pretty up to date. We recently did a video about COVID-19 policies and procedures. And then on Tuesday, we'll get back into the swing of things, finally, officially, and do our Talk About It Tuesday topics. So if you have any topics that you want me to talk about this coming Tuesday, let me know. And we'll also resume our office hours on Wednesday as a bonus office hours for those who want to kind of ask questions that are more agency specific and get some more information about kind of how to maneuver through different things happening within your agency. As always, thank you guys for supporting our community, being a part of our community. As always, we're growing leaps and bounds, and that's much appreciated. Looking forward to seeing those who will be hanging out with me at the Indeed Zoom session for the Indeed Future Works conference in New York City, and those who will be hanging out with me in person at Staffing World at the end of October in Las Vegas. So looking forward to connecting with you, and have a great one.